The remake of the 1970s drama Poldark gave Beverly actress Eleanor Tomlinson her biggest TV hit so far. More than 6 million people regularly tuned in. Our reporter Anne-Marie Tasker was on set for the second series and met the four-legged performers from Yorkshire, who will also take centre stage.
With his brooding good looks, Irish actor Aidan Turner drew millions of fans as the lead in Poldark. But another Irish performer proved an unexpected hit with the audience, Poldark's horse, a dray called Seamus. When he's not filming, home for Seamus is in East Yorkshire. It's breakfast time on the farm where Mark Atkinson looks after more than 40 horses, all specifically trained to perform for TV, film and live productions.
Oh, Seamus. Best part of the day, isn't it?
Poldark star Seamus has been taking it easy, but filming for the next series begins in 2 months. It's time to start thinking about work again.
This is his costume from Poldark. It hasn't been touched since he finished last year, so just trying it on to make sure that I haven't forgotten anything.
Tell us how Seamus ended up being Ross Poldark's horse.
Well, Aidan Turner came to try the horses, and I've never known an actor and a horse get on as well as these two do. It was like love at first sight. There was a little blip because there was another horse that Aidan really liked, but then we steered him back to Seamus, and now I'm sure that he wouldn't swap.
He's got to have a little bit of a diet before he goes back on set.
Well, yes, he has. We've just got we've just got a little bit of something going on here.
So, like any Hollywood star, he needs to get in shape.
Yes.
Before his big appearance.
Yes, he does really, because you know you don't want to look at the television like this because your horse is a little bit chubby. He's supposed to be a fiery steed, you know. He isn't supposed to be a couch potato.
Mark was a dairy farmer, but his real passion was horses. He started training some for a war reenactment and has never looked back. And it's not just horses, the business also needs talented people. Mark's son Ben is often seen on screen too. In Poldark, he's Aidan Turner's stunt double when the riding gets dangerous. But Ben's real skill is as an expert trainer, especially controlling horses with no physical contact, known as working at liberty. So how would you use that sort of skill on a film set?
On a film, it's really useful. Often on film work, they like a horse to gallop free from A to B on set. And if you have a liberty horse, you can do that. Often a director will want a horse to lay down, or he'll want a horse to roll, or he'll want it to rear. And you need a liberty horse to deliver that scene for him, or else it's too hit and miss.
It looked pretty frightening at times when you were in the middle there. Do you ever get scared?
Not really. It's a bit like being with a toddler in a supermarket. So the stallions will throw themselves around and they'll make these huge noises and they'll kick at things and snap their teeth. And you sort of stand there and they're the toddler on the floor with a packet of crisps and you have to wait there for 5 minutes and then go, right, very nice, now come on, we're going to keep going. And it's that mentality with them. They're just dogs. They're just big dogs.
The horses need to be under control, but they also have to look the part too. It's July, and with just weeks until filming starts, Seamus needs to rehearse and get in shape.
For the next series of Poldark, Seamus needs to pull a cart. Good boy. Seamus has a habit of getting a bit of a beer belly in the summer, and so he's in boot camp at the moment. And we're also taking this opportunity to work him in his driving harness. 2 birds with 1 stone, really. He's getting used to wearing his harness and listening to the commands from behind rather than on top of him. But it's also making him move properly, so it's toning him at the same time. Whoa.
2 months on, all the preparation at the farm is over, and I've been invited to join Mark, Ben and 22 of their horses on the set of Poldark in Cornwall. Today's going to be critical. The production team have hired in a helicopter for just 1 day to film the actors and horses. It's an expensive business, so any delays will be costly. Seamus and all the horses will have to be on their best behaviour, And that means getting them used to the noise at close quarters.
Hi.
Hello.
Good evening.
Well, the horses have now had time to get used to the helicopter. Now it's time for them to head down onto the set and start today's filming. A blustery Cornish cliff top has been taken over by the film crew. Cameras, doubles, Ross Poldark himself. And of course, the equine stars of the show.
The horse that you can maybe see in the background is a horse called Charlie, who was in Poldark last year, and he's been doing this filming game now for 5 years, and he's very, very good. So I expect the next take to be very relaxing and the horse to perform brilliantly.
With the show's director on board, they're about to start filming from the helicopter. Luke Norris, who plays Dwight Ennis, will gallop across the headland.
And action mark.
But first, Mark Atkinson rehearses his horse, Charlie. This time, they're doing it for real. But the helicopter's coming in so close, the decision's been made to use Luke Norris's stunt double rather than risk the star. But it's not only the actors who get stand-ins.
The principal horses have galloping doubles, and Seamus has got 2 galloping doubles today, so that he would only canter if Aidan Turner's riding him or Eleanor Tomlinson, and then the riding doubles will use either Johnny Wilkinson or Mojo today, and they'll do the galloping. Because there's a helicopter, Ben will double for Aidan, and he'll gallop one horse, get straight into the fresh horse, and then go again. Saves production a lot of money.
How many horses and how many people have you got on set this year?
We have got 16 horses with us at the moment. 3 horses have finished working, and we have 2 more horses waiting to start work. So about 22 horses at the moment.
Aidan Turner's preparing for his first scene of the day, and that means Ben Atkinson's on standby too, ready to step in as Ross Poldark if needed.
We've just moved down the principal artist to the other side of the cliff top we're working on, so we're going to mount them up. But I think we're having both Eleanor and Aidan on Seamus at the same time riding double. So I'm halfway through getting into costume. We've got the shirt on and we've got the hat and the wig. I'm just sort of preparing to be Ross's double Aidan if duty calls. But Aidan is a good horseman, so it's only when the insurance people say that that's too dangerous. Things such as riding at the edges of the cliffs with the helicopter going at the same time, and where I don't want to damage the principal actors, that's when those expendable stunt people get popped in.
The day's over, just one in a long and punishing filming schedule for Mark and the Poldark horses. It's Christmas on the farm and a well-earned rest for Seamus. We were with you down that day in Cornwall, very busy day. How did the filming go?
It went so well, but the helicopter that they used was absolutely huge, and the downdraft onto the horses was just enormous. And one horse who was frightened, so his understudy did it, and he was really, really good. Seamus was amazing. You really need that safe horse to look after the artists, and it went really well. So he had a special tea that night. Poldark made Seamus famous, and then Seamus has taken us along for the ride. We get emails of people who are willing to pay to go and meet him, would you believe? That horse is more famous than we'll ever be.
But Mark's business is booming. Currently filming 4 historical dramas with other jobs in the pipeline. And if it's Seamus you want to see, he'll be back on our screens in Poldark this autumn.
That's all from us here in Bradford. Make sure you join us next week.
We'll be investigating